Good, Kim. Okay, so we're recording, we're up and going. I'm not sure the right thing to say is Happy New Year because it's almost the 1st of Feb, but I haven't spoken to some of you. So I'm going to say Happy 2023. We've got this together as a growing global community. And I would really love to see this year, the year of some serious growth, some serious growth. Okay. Hi, Zelda's from Durbanville. Awesome. And Surieta, hello. I think you're on Danae's profile. Is Danae also there somewhere in the background? So Surieta says she's feeling optimistic. Nice. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. All righty, everybody. So today's session is really important. I'm going to touch on a 10-step, absolutely guaranteed plan or blueprint for you on how to thrive this year in your business. And the whole goal behind this is to achieve double or triple your projected target. Does that sound good to you? How does that sound? How does hearing those words make you feel? I doubled my revenue targets. I tripled my revenue targets this year. How does those words, hearing that, what emotion does it bring up in you? Okay, mind-blowing from Lucia, phenomenal from Nungo. Hello, Lauren. She says, energized, excited. Of course, hearing those kind of words, fantastic, exciting. So that's what we are here today to do. Okay, so before we get into the meat of everything, does anybody have any idea what this could possibly be or refer to that is in front of you right now? Anybody have any clue? Go into the chat box. No, Dominique says no. Shani says looks like a beacon. Okay, I'm going to tell you what this refers to. Radio beacon, communication, taking action, connectivity. Interesting. Lineal Wi-Fi, or the lack of here with no power. Yes, exactly. Okay. Somebody got it, and I'll tell you what it is. What you see in front of you refers to our 2023 word of the year. And that word is amplify. And that's what I want all of you to visualize and put into your mindset that word, that this is the year for amplification. And amplify is really taking something and making it bigger and better. So generally people refer to amplify when it comes to sound. So to amplify something is to make it much louder. We are referring to it as we are going to amplify our businesses, because that's what we're here to do. Yes, well done to Nungo. And Lanil, well done to you. I don't know if you heard the video clip where I announced you as our winner of the competition. So you get to have a private one-on-one session with me. That's valued at $1,000 US. So you just need to book it. Tell me when, and we're going to have our session because you actually guessed the word of the year. So well done to you, Lanil, and Nunga, well done for guessing what I meant today. All right. So my promise to all of you here today. Lanil, how can you say what really? Okay, everyone, please. You should all be following our social media pages, okay? We send out some video clips. We announce competition winners. Remember, we announced who wants to take part in guessing the word of the year. Well, Lanil, you won. You won the competition. We announced it. So well done. Okay, so my promise to you today is that by the end of the session, I want you to go from feeling maybe a little bit unsure, a little bit unplanned. Maybe you're already so early in the year feeling overwhelmed. I've heard that from a lot of you already. And I'm going to take you to a place of feeling confident, prepared, and absolutely determined when it comes to achieving explosive growth or amplified growth this year. I want you to think double or triple, double or triple. Okay, that's what you've got to keep your mind on. So today you're going to learn, and I'm going to present you with an amplification blueprint with 10 expert steps that are going to skyrocket your earning potential. Okay, there is a fast action bonus, and that's really two things. One is you've got to stay to the end to find out what it is. I'm giving you a little hint. It's a 50% saving on something. And two is that you've got to be with us to the end of the session. Okay. And the second one is that you've got to act fast when you see what that bonus is. Okay. But you'll find that out at the end of the session. Right. Before we begin, please, everybody, I've really taken a lot of time and energy to put together this blueprint for you. And it is really amazing. And it will work. But you need to put away all distractions now for the next 30 minutes. That's all I'm asking. Put your phone in its sleeping bag, mute it, zip your children's mouths, get on that razor focus. I just want 30 minutes of your time. You can choose to either write down what I'm going to share with you, which is a good idea because I know you can always access the recording. But remember, when you write things down, you put them in a different compartment in your brain. Okay. So as I'm saying these 10 pointers, write the point down and you're going to write what you are going to do about the point that I'm going to share with you today. Okay. So before I move on, do we have a deal? Are you all prepared to put away all your distractions? I'm not moving forward until I've heard a yes from everybody. Okay. Shani's given me a thumbs up. Nungo says yes. Claire says yes. Joanne, darling, hello. She says, yes, I'm dropping kids, but then yes. Okay, no problem. Deal. Bridget says yes. Karen says yes. I have earphones on. Shame, Liniel, I feel so bad. I'm taking your children's time here. Good grief. Take your earphones out and let them hear me. And maybe I can give them some tips for amplification. Yes, from Namibia. Oh, and I'm so happy you're on. Well done. Okay, Danae says yes. Zelda, yes. Okay, they ask too many questions. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Right, leave the earphones in, Danielle. Leave them in. Okay, then I want to make sure that you're in the right place today. And we don't want to waste each other's time. So before I carry on, I want to check that you're at the right place and you're needing the right kind of guidance from me. So you're in the right place if one, you're having challenges getting your business to the next level, okay? You are not sure if you're on the right track to achieving this explosive growth that you need this year. You might simply just need some ideas and guidance on how to grow your business, or you're constantly feeling that you don't have enough time. You're having this time battle on your hands, okay? Are you all in the right place? Can I get a yes if you're all in the right place? If not, I promise you I will not be offended if you leave the meeting. Okay, but so that we don't waste each other's time and for everybody to get maximum benefits, I want to make sure that this is what you are looking for today before we carry on. Beautiful. Right, let's keep going. Okay, and then I obviously would like to tell you why I feel that I'm the perfect coach to help you out, okay? And the reason that I feel that I'm the perfect coach to help you or the perfect person to help you is because of all these amazing testimonials that come back to us and because of all the explosive growth feedback that we have already had 2 years down the line. Okay, so I've been doing what I'm doing right now, just in a different format for the last 20 years of my life, totally passionate about bringing transformation to both individuals, people's lives, as well as to your businesses. Okay, so let's keep going. Now I want you to sit back for a second. Oh, Joanne, thank you. Absolutely passionate and number one coach. I love it. Okay, so I want you to play the imagine game with me for just 1 minute. Imagine if you knew exactly what you needed to do to get explosive growth. Number one. Number two, imagine if you were inspired and motivated to double your revenue. Number three, imagine that you had an exact plan on how you're going to get your business to get those double digits. And then imagine that you have your very own business coach to show you how to do all of this. How does this imagine make you feel? Just these 4 little points. I mean, I could go on for a long time, but these 4 little imagination points, how do they make you feel when you read them? Give me a couple of words feedback. How does it make you feel? I think you're all imagining and you're not typing, I'm sure. You're living in that space of, oh my word, how comforting, how amazing. Dream come true. Right. Okay, of course. Well done. Answer to my prayers, Claire said. Yes. Okay. So that's sort of, I'm very near reality. Dominique, if I had this done, I would have more calmness and be able to spend more time on other parts of the business. It's possible. Okay, exactly that. All right, supported. I love that, Joanne. She would feel, and this imagining is supportive for her, assuring that you might get some sleep. Oh, good grief. Okay, well, we definitely want you to get sleep. Okay, here's your 10 steps. You can take a picture, but I'm going to go through one at a time. So don't worry to quickly write them down, okay? But here are the 10 steps to the Thrive Guide that I'm going to take you through quickly in the next 30 minutes, okay? Step number 1 is a mindset check. Step number 2 is the plan. Step number 3 is KPI meetings. Step number 4, Google reviews. Step number 5, rebook, rebook, rebook. And there's a reason I wrote it down 3 times. Step number 6, personal connections. Step number 7, staff purpose plans. Step number 8, align yourself with the trends. And then the very important word in brackets, quickly, not at snail pace. Step number 9, B2B collabs. So I'll go into more detail, but that's business to business collaborations. And step number 10, make time to learn and grow. All right, so let's go through each of these individually quickly. Okay, so step number 1 we read here, or it's written here, is a mindset check. So by now, those of you who know me well know that there's absolutely no point venturing into anything unless your mindset is in the right space. If it is not, you are wasting your time. So don't go any further than until you know you have the right mindset. And the first point I want to discuss, and very briefly, my presentation is a lot more visual today, is stop thinking and start doing. So, you know, when you sit down and you have all these brainwaves and ideas and you're chatting to your staff and it's all just words and you're thinking, but nothing gets done. That needs to change. You have to start taking action quickly and getting things done. Okay? Also, you've got to check what type of mindset are you currently living in right now? Who is living in the mindset or the space in their brain that you see in the picture on the left and who is on the right? And again, there's no right or wrong answer here today. Who is on the left? Who feels that that's what's happening in their head is on the left, and who feels that they're in the right space? And you don't have to share if you don't want to either. Okay. So I'm going to tell you that the mindset on the left-hand side is my screen is not showing. Again, is my screen not showing? Oh, Shani says she can see it, Karen. And the slide's changing. You see everything. All good from before and after. Okay, everybody can see. Okay, so Karen, something wrong on your side, Cooksy? Because everybody can see on the side. Okay, so if you're on the left, that is what people call a scarcity mindset. In other words, that you're living in a place of fear, number one, and you're living in a space of just want enough money to live. I must just make sure that I make it every month. Let me just get through the month. Okay. Whereas if you're living in a right-hand side of the picture mindset, that is living what we call in an abundance mindset, because you are doing things that are far bigger than just enough to survive every month. Okay, so that's why make sure everybody, if you're on the left, that is okay, but you've got to move to the right before you continue with this Thrive Guide that I'm going to give you today. Okay, very important. Next, that is still part of the mindset check, is gratitude. What are you grateful for? Spend more time focused on what you are grateful for than time focused than what you are in need of. Okay. And again, that promotes an abundance mindset. The second you start focusing on gratitude, you move your brain into an abundance mindset. You force it to go there. It actually has no choice. Okay. And then very important, everyone. And I want you all to join me on a deal that we are going to make in our community this year. We are going to surround ourselves with like-minded winners, with people who are going to force us out of our comfort zone to raise our game. Because if we choose to surround ourselves with people who are in a scarcity mindset, we're never going to grow. Okay, so who's in this with me? Who's going to say deal to surrounding ourselves with winners and with those who are going to get us out of our comfort zones? Because that's ultimately where we need to be. That's where we're going to start seeing our growth. Okay, good. I am so glad I'm getting so many deals. I love it. Right, step 2, plan for abundance. Now, it's all good me telling you, put your head in an abundance mindset space. But how do you do that? Okay, I've given you one step on how to do it. Surround yourself with abundance mindset people. That's step number 1. But step number 2, because it doesn't matter how much you're surrounded with abundance-minded people, if you don't sit and plan for it, it's not going to happen. There's no fairy with a magic wand. And yes, the power of prayer is pretty strong for some of you, but we don't sit and do the work and get down to the ground and plan where this is all going to come from. Well, then it's not just going to fall in our lap, right? So here's some questions. If you feel like sharing the answers in the chat, go for it. If you don't feel like sharing the answers in the chat, I want you to dig deep down for the answers to these questions in your deepest part of your heart. Okay. Have you 1, and you can answer yes to 1 and 3 and no to the rest. Up to you what you want to answer. Have you set a revenue target for this year? I'm hoping all of you say yes. Okay. Have you just set a target? Finished. Number 2, have you set your double or triple targets. And if it's not double or triple, have you set a target that is going to make you reach beyond what you just need? So if you need $1 million, I'd like you to set your target at $1.5 or $2 million. Put the target in an abundance space. Okay, number 3, have you determined the revenue centers where this target will come from? There's no point in saying, I want to double my revenue, but you've got no clue where you're going to get that double from. You've got to sit down and plan this. We've got to say, okay, here's my number and here are my revenue centers. Then you still go a step further in your planning. Have you broke down that double or triple target into months, obviously your revenue centers, and how exactly you're going to get there? Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of revenue centers in the next slide. These are 3. Your business might have more, but I'm hoping that currently each and every single one of your business right now either has therapists or hairstylists. Okay, so that's people. Has vouchers, I hope so, because for some people this can be a massive revenue center, and the actual bookings of these services. These could be now revenue centers where you go, right, here's double. Where am I going to get the bulk of this target? Is probably from your bookings, right? Then you plan and you say, okay, how do I get my therapists to take my booking that has been made and double it? Easy, okay? Upsells, retail, all the rest of it. Also, vouchers. Have you tapped into that in a big way? Have you turned vouchers into a proper revenue center in your business? Because if you haven't, it's a huge opportunity. Okay. Right. Oh, this is a very touchy subject here. KPIs. Can you all see what I've written at the top there? It says, no matter what. No matter what. Absolutely zero excuses with the KPIs. So I want to ask you all a question before I go here. When last did you have a KPI meeting with your entire team? And it's obviously as individuals. Hey? KPIs is it's not a group effort thing. It's an individual person meeting. When last did you have a KPI meeting with your team? This year, you definitely do have to answer, please. And the last month? Well done. Anybody else? And I'm going to assume that the silence in the background is, I don't know, maybe last year, maybe 3 months ago. Okay, Nungo can't recall. November 2022. Interesting. Anybody else want to share? Maybe a year ago, since we have opened twice. Well, Dominique, that's impressive because you opened properly like 2 months ago. So that's good. Good, 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 good. Danae, about a year ago. Last 2 months ago. Yes, but the message isn't going through. Okay, so that's for another conversation, Dominique, that you and I need to have. Okay, because if the message ain't going through in the KPIs, there's either something wrong with the KPI or there's something wrong with the delivery method. I'll help you, I promise. Okay. All righty. So I want to give you a scenario. All of you would love to get, no, we are going to get, not we would love to double revenue or double target this year. Correct? Am I right? Okay. If you want to get to double your revenue, your most important asset to get you to that double revenue is your therapists. If you don't give them the roadmap on how to get there, they're not going to get there. And that's why I've said that KPI, no matter what. And I'm going to take advantage to tell you all a story. And I'm not going to mention names because that person is probably on this call. But I had a spa manager say to me in December, she hadn't had a KPI meeting for only 2 months. That's not that long, okay? And in December, we pretty much forced her to have a KPI meeting, held her hand next to it, and pretty much forced her to have it. The difference that it made in 1 week to her team, and I'll tell you what the difference is. They went from retailing like crazy to upselling to massively wonderful guest satisfaction surveys to absolutely zero retail. When I say zero, she didn't know what was going on. They went to being sluggish, so not demotivated, just sluggish. I'm here to do a job and whatever, and to just being lazy to upsell. We did the KPI meetings with her and the team, and within 1 week, retail went up, the mood went up, the revenue literally doubled from the week before. So I cannot emphasize the importance. This is your Thrive Guide I'm giving you, okay? If you want to get to those double digits, you have to have KPIs no matter what. So I want to give you some tips so that these KPI meetings happen for you. Okay, first of all is block time, because it's easy for me to tell you have KPI meetings. It really is. But, you might be in a situation right now where you go, what is a KPI? How do I do it? When do I do it? What do I cover in KPIs? Okay. I'm going to today's not a KPI lesson, but I'm going to give you a few tips about getting these KPI meetings done. First of all, KPI stands for Key Performance Indicators. It is a measurement tool that you use to discuss with your team how they are performing. Okay, so you need to block time, first of all, to prepare the information that you need for these KPI reports. Because often people will say, yeah, but I blocked time for the KPI meetings, but then I forgot to pull the information I needed for them. Okay, plan. So a week before KPIs, block off 4 hours and pull your reports. Get your KPI information done. Then book your KPI meetings an entire month in advance, because then you will be committed to those dates. If I were all of you sitting in on this session today, I would book my KPI meetings until the end of the year. Everybody in my business would know this is when we do KPIs. Then everybody's focused. And can I tell you what else is going to happen? Your therapists are going to go, oh my gosh, we've got KPIs coming up. Just the word KPIs gets them focused and energized in a different way. Totally monthly, Joanne. Absolutely. And the best time to do it is at the beginning of the month. So you pull your information from month end and you set your KPIs going into the new month. So we like to pull info last week of the month, or like Thursday, as close to the end of the month as you can. And then into the beginning of the new month, you do your KPI meeting. Okay. Set a reminder in your phones a week in advance to remind you to sit down and prepare for your KPI meeting. Now you've got reminder number 3. And the last reminder, other than sit down and do it for you, is you have to hold yourself accountable. You cannot expect your staff to perform if you don't guide and show them how they're doing and how do we correct it. And that's what a KPI meeting is all about. And they work. I promise you, they work, and they will get you to those double digits. Alrighty. So I love this slide, and I want to tell you this message because of KPIs. You can either have results or you can have excuses, but you cannot have both. So the excuses of, I didn't have time, I was sick, or I'm sorry to say it, but they really are excuses. If you want to have results, you've got to get rid and bury all of those excuses. Because let's face it, life happens, right? And it really does. But we can turn what happens in life into excuses for non-performance. And that's not what we're here to do today. We are here today to learn our 2023 Thrive Guide that's going to take us to double our revenue targets. Okay, next one. Ooh la la, Google reviews. So, my question before I show you that, sorry. Who here is absolutely focused and driven on getting Google reviews? And again, I'm not expecting all of you to say yes. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be attending the session in the first place. But who here is focused and driven on getting Google reviews? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. And you're allowed to say no. Nobody's going to judge you. We're all in a very safe space, by the way. Okay. Okay, Lauren says yes, she is. Okay, good. Yes, we have our competition currently with our staff. Oh, nice, Kim. Okay, so we finally got you to a Google review spot, eh? Goody good. Yes, I'm very chuffed. Shani, you should ask him, how much nagging did Marisa do about Google reviews? Ask her. Kim, tell them all how much. Oh, plenty. Okay, I thought she was going to use other words. But yes, more than plenty, actually. I thought you were going to say she's the biggest nag on the planet. Okay, so I want to tell you about Google reviews because it really does excite me. We have a gentleman that we work with that does Google advertising, he's a Google expert. And his analysis, or what do you call it when they get feedback? Okay, the word's going to come to me in a second, is that before somebody makes a decision to go somewhere, they Google it. Even if it was a word of mouth, and you all know how strong that is, eh? Even if it was word of mouth. So if you and I are having a conversation and you tell me about a restaurant or you tell me about a spa and you say, oh my word, it was amazing. What the consumer of today does before that final commitment is they Google it and they go and they look at the reviews. So what are Google reviews? And I'm going to, by the way, yes, there you go. Point number one, Shani, social proof. See, great minds think alike. The strongest buying motivator on planet Earth is called social proof. And that is what people look for in Google on the reviews. It is free advertising for your business because people just go there. It's not something where you're hoping that they look and they see about your business. However, Google reviews don't just happen. People don't leave a restaurant going, oh, that was so amazing, I must go and Google review them. No, they don't do that. Yes, they do it when they're angry and they do it when they want to complain, but automatically actually, but they don't automatically do it when they're happy and ecstatic. However, if you ask, a client will very seldom say no. But there is something very important for you to consider. How easy is it for your client to leave a Google review? Do you have to send them a link? Do they have to look it up and then they don't know where they're going? I mean, I've seen that a lot. So I'm going to show you a gorgeous idea. You're all welcome to take this idea and implement it. How beautiful is that? How gorgeous. It can even be an ornament on your table at your front desk. You have a QR code, they scan it, and it takes them directly through to Google, to your review page. Boom, they leave a Google review for you. How awesome? Nice, hey? With this in mind, can you all please review us? Yes, please, can you all do that? We would love to have every single one of you give us a Google review, especially maybe about today's session. Would be amazing. Okay, so everybody, make it easy. Take the work out of going to hunt for the link. Let me WhatsApp you the link. By the time they've left your business, it's over. It's over. You need to catch them while they're there, when they are excited. You know, when all those hormones have been released, those beautiful endorphins, catch them in the moment. And this is how you do it. But you've got to take these Google reviews and you've got to amplify them this year. Okay. Do we have a deal, everyone? So far, do we have a deal on all the points that you've heard so far? Let me hear from you all, please, because you're very quiet. Let's just hear the words deal in the chat. That would be nice to see. Nungo, yep or yes, deal. Okay, nice, love it. Okay, right. Oh, I'm loving all these deals I'm getting. Next, rebook, 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 rebook. And I could become like a broken record saying that. And you know what the scary thing for me is? That when I speak to most business owners, they say, yes, my ladies do rebook. Then when I go and I speak to the therapists, do you rebook your clients? Yeah, sometimes. Or I'll go into the system, the computer system, to check if the client has been rebooked to come back, or when last did they come here, and they haven't been rebooked. So this in itself is a massive revenue stream. And I'm actually going to use Joanne in my story, who's attending the session right now. Joanne, I know you won't mind me sharing the story. But when I asked whose January is fully booked and pumping, whose revenue in January has gone up in one of our other brand meetings, Joanne was the only one to say mine. Her revenue was through the roof, because generally, what do we hear about January's revenue? What do we hear? That it's down, right? People have spent all their money, Christmas, back to school, back to work, all of this. When I asked Joanne, what made you be so busy in January? Her answer was, everybody rebooked clients in December. She had a fully booked salon in Jan. Well, she has one. Because everybody got focused on nobody leaves here without their next appointment booked. Okay, does that make sense, everyone? So what I want to tell you about this rebooking and why I'm harping on about it is because clients are very quick to say, I'll phone you when I need an appointment. Nonsense, they're not going to phone. Okay, they're not. You're not going to be top of mind. By rebooking them before they leave, even if they move the appointment, and can I tell you, you only need to force them into rebooking 3 times and it becomes habit. When I go for my treatments now, I know that I'm not going to leave that salon because no matter what rush I'm in, she doesn't let me leave. She says, you are not leaving until we've booked your next appointment because I know your life and I know how you are, and I'm not going to see you for 2 months if I don't take your booking now. She practically forces me, bottom line. But you know what? I go there every single month because I'm forced to, actually. So 80%, you're getting 80% guaranteed revenue from your rebookings. The reason I say 80 and not 100 is because clients do sometimes move their bookings, but they don't move it 80% of the time. They move it 20% of the time. Number one, client retention and client loyalty. There's no bigger way, because now they feel obliged. They feel, oh, I have to go. I've rebooked my appointment, and they feel that they want to be loyal to you. Number three, the opportunity is so easy to upsell when the booking is already made. So you're going to phone to confirm your booking and upsell on that telephone call. How awesome. So you're not going to phone to make an appointment. You're phoning to confirm an appointment and upsell on it. There's your extra revenue again. Then if the booking is already made, please everybody think about this. You can then focus not on getting the bookings in, but on how to make that treatment more personalized, more memorable, and more immersive. Okay, I'm not going to go into that beautiful word. I think this is I've got amplify and immersive this year as my words because I'm so passionate about it, but that's going to be for another coaching session and newsletter. You must look out for that. Okay. So that's rebooking. We are at step 6, personal connections. Now, you've all heard me say that 100 times, right? Now, I'm not talking about the personalization of a treatment. I'm talking about what type of connection, relationship do you have with everybody in your business? And I'm going to show you here what I mean. I mean staff. What are the personal connections you have with your staff? What are the personal connections you have with your brand partners? What are the personal connections you have with your clients? And I'm sure, and that's why I put clients at the bottom actually, because I'm sure they come number 1. But I need you to look at this personal connections word very differently this year. And then what are the personal connections you have with your service providers? What I mean by that is your bank manager, your landlord, if you are renting, anybody, the person who does your laundry, any service providers that you have at all. What are the personal connections that you have with everybody that is involved in your business? And you might say, what on earth does personal connections have to do with me doubling my revenue and my target? Well, very simple. The closer the connection with everyone in your business, including service providers, by the way, because service providers can help you reduce your costs. Then clients and staff will help you increase your turnover, which means that you're getting a bigger chunk of profit. Okay, so this personal connections is a big thing that is hitting global industries worldwide. Okay, so it's about personalization, yes, taking and tailor-making your service, but it's about connecting with people on a deeper level than how you connected with them in the past. Okay, next, step 7. I love this. Staff purpose plans. So we know this as personal development plans, okay? But I want to change it. I want us to call it a purpose plan. What is your purpose? What do you want to achieve? Joanne says, treated like family. Yes, exactly. Okay, so what is the staff purpose plan? Okay, you are helping in these purpose plans. You are helping your staff achieve their greatness and unlock their full potential. You are sitting with them and you are creating achievable goals for personal progress. So this is about each individual staff member. And I want you to remember something very important. If you help your staff achieve their goals, they are the direct link to you achieving your goals. So you have to be willing, and I'm not telling you to spend money on them, but I am telling you to spend a much more expensive resource, and that's the resource of time. People want time from us. Think about it. Think about it. People want time from us. So imagine what you can do by investing time into your staff and finding their purpose and helping them achieve their purpose. You've got a guaranteed driver there towards getting you to doubling your revenue. Okay, very important point is step number 8. It's crucial, is aligning with the trends in the marketplace and aligning quickly, not at snail pace. So if you see a trend or you hear a trend or you know that there's a trend, is you align your business very quickly. What happens when you do that? Number 1, you capitalize on opportunities. Something gets big and you're quick in on the move. Number 2, you future-proofing your business because you're moving with the times. You're getting a professional edge and you're becoming first to market. And that's called speed of implementation. And our next coaching session, or my next coaching session, is going to be on these trends. So I'm going to give you ideas and tips on how to align your business with what is happening in the marketplace. Okay, so that's for our next coaching session. Step number 9, B2B collaborations. So I know a lot of you think, oh, we've done this and it doesn't work. Now, B2B collabs don't work when they have not been implemented correctly. And bottom line is when the expectations have not been made clear from the word go. So I'm going to give you some tips on B2B collabs. Okay, number 1 is have a clear goal. What is your goal, or what should your goal be with a collab? Number 1 is increasing your brand awareness. And number 2, the most important one, is revenue, getting new clients. Otherwise, why would you collaborate with another business? Then the next tip is do your research on these collabs. Now, why I've said do your research is because a lot of spas, salons, hairdressers at the moment, they're collaborating with what they call influencers or ambassadors. Somehow that's their go-to these days. Now, you need to do your research very carefully on these ambassadors or influencers, because often these influencers will get you some brand awareness, but will get you zero. Oh, I got such a fright from the door. Sorry. Will get you zero new customers and revenue. Now, sorry, you don't need that. Yes, you want to increase brand awareness, but if it doesn't come with revenue, then there really is no point. So do your research and make sure that you are collaborating with the right person. Okay. Tried and tested. Yes, of course. Yeah. Bridget, most people, tried and tested influencers, they don't work. It's not a good idea. I'm going to give you a couple of ideas actually in a minute of some collabs that you maybe haven't thought about. Know what you want out of the collaboration up front and clearly define the expectations. So what I mean by that is, if you want 10 new customers out of the collaboration, that is what you're going to make clear from the beginning. So you meet with whatever business it is you meet with. I'm going to show you a couple of examples shortly. And you're going to say, I want out of this collaboration 10 new customers. This is what I want. This is what I'm willing to give you. Shall we collaborate? Okay. But I do want to tell you something, that business to business collaborations can on their own be a revenue stream for your business if they are done in the correct way. And if you find the right collaboration or the right business to collaborate with. So here's a couple of ideas. So first of all, on the top left is a car dealership. So the business of wellness is the biggest growing business globally. Instead of putting a basket of chocolates in the car, or a wine, or a whiskey, or a golf voucher, why don't you collaborate with a car dealership in your area to put in a spa voucher? Why not? Give it a try. I do have a client who collaborated with a Volvo car dealership, and she not only got herself 10 clients, she got herself 30 new clients out of the collaboration that she did with a car dealership. Top right-hand corner is a very interesting collaboration. I don't know if all of you have these office space rental companies. So when people don't want to own their own offices anymore, but they need a spot to go and work from. So either they need just a desk, or they hire little mini offices, or they hire boardrooms or whatever. That is a brilliant business collaboration. Then there is sporting events that might happen in your area. So Color Run, Ironman. I mean, there's so many different ones. If it's your market, if your market is sportsman, go for it. And then there's barbers. Okay, now the men's grooming is massive. It's again, one of the biggest growing markets in our industry is men's grooming. Collaborate there to see some growth in your male clientele in your business. So Shani saying co-working spaces are very popular in the US. Yeah, they're gaining huge popularity globally. And I think that that is the best place for you to reach the right target market, because that is a stressed executive or just an executive who needs wellness solutions in their life. Okay, so there's some ideas. So before I share idea number 10 with you, I have a question to ask you. Who of you would like you to take your business skills and knowledge to the next level so that you can double or triple your revenue this year? Simple answer as in me. I would like to. Okay. Who would like to do that? And you all know what the next slide is. But anyway, I'm setting you up for the next slide. Yes. I just want to see all the me's. Yes, I do. Okay. So before I tell you step number 10, give me some feedback about the 9 steps that you have been presented with in your Thrive Guide today. How many of you here believe that if implemented, those steps could change the revenue in your business? So how many of you looked at this and went, oh my goodness, I need to do this. Oh my word, definitely I need to do this. Yes, that is a brilliant idea. How many of you heard this today and thought, right, this is for sure. This is exactly the direction I need to go in. Okay, brilliant. Good. I'm glad. Now, the last step, and you all know it, but I'm going to tell you again. Because what's happened with proper execution, Isabella says, brilliant. Dominique, regroup and reorganize myself in getting this done. Dominique knows exactly where I'm going, because her answer is because she knows exactly what I'm going to say next. Okay, we are already doing some of it and we are seeing the results. Well done, Danae. So I hope that today I've given you ideas on what you started doing on how to amplify that. Okay. Right, so step number 10, everybody, that you know. Okay, this is not anything new, but I need you to take it very seriously, is make time to learn and grow. Make time to collaborate in a network like what we have. Make that your priority. And this saying by Kenneth that says, when you stop learning, you stop growing, is so true. So if you take a seat back and go, Philip, my business isn't growing, I'm not getting it to the next level. Can I tell you the number one reason why not? Is because you're not learning. You're not learning. You're not sitting in a learning space with like-minded people that are on the same mission as you are. Okay. Does this make sense, everyone? So you've got 2 options to learning. One is you can do it yourself very easily. Spend hours on YouTube, Google searches, go to conferences, which you must still do, by the way. Or 2 is you can use our 100% proven framework and step-by-step roadmap in your business. Okay, but we can only give you the information. You need to do it. You need to take accountability for your growth, and you need to get the work done. Okay, so how do you do that? Join our global learning community. 80% of you on this call today are already part of this community. So I hope that those of you who are in this community see that roadmap and see that growth and see that learning space that you're in. And now it just needs to happen so that you can experience all of that growth. Okay, I'm going to take you through just 2 or 3 modules. And the reason I'm doing this is for those of you that are in the space, in the learning space, I want to whet your appetites today because I want to get you back into this learning space. December, that craziness is over. Okay, I've given you a Thrive Guide today. And point number 10 should have been point number 1 because it is the most important point. Make time for yourself to learn and grow. So I want to whet your appetite on what you have waiting for you in your learning platform with us, with Spa Professionals Guild. So there's a staff module where everything is covered in there, from delegation to how to run huddles, how to run effective meetings, checklists for your staff, communication, all of that. Then human resources is our new one, okay, which is super exciting. And that is, we give you a hiring checklist, how to do your first interview questions, how to run trade tests, personality profiling, job descriptions, induction plans, the importance of one-on-one meetings, performance reviews, KPI, exit interviews. Okay. Then we've got our business management operations toolbox. Love this module, which is your partnerships, how to effectively use your brand partner, mystery guest evaluations, how to make the most of your bookings in your business, checklists again, your daily business analysis as well. Marketing and sales, all these exciting marketing and sales tools that we give you. And again, very important in here is your client acquisition and your client retention, which is something that is top of mind with all of you. And then last but not least, or second last but not least, is social media, okay, where we go through everything there. Hashtags, consistency, pre-scheduling content, video content, photography, blah, blah, all the rest of it. And revenue management. This goes a little bit deeper into revenue and financial planning and all of that. And what could possibly be next, I'll tell you what it is that you need to take the next step towards achieving this double revenue growth. And that is join our community of like-minded professionals around the globe to get your business to that point. Okay, and there's your link. So Shani, I don't know if you want to put it in the chat box so that they can link to it super easily, okay? It'll take you there, and it's really very simple, your registration process, okay? And what I want you to ask yourself before you go to that link and before I present you with that bonus that I said I had, because I'm done now, okay? We're at the end of our session, is I want you to think about how much you would need to pay. Just think about it, okay? For over 200 templates that are specific to our industry that are ready for you to use, adapt and use in your business, okay? What would you pay for a guaranteed business blueprint, a guide, an A to Z about running your beauty business? What would you pay to belong to a global community of professionals that can lean on each other, network, grow off each other? What would you pay for live group coaching, for weekly valuable newsletters, not how you doing, but newsletters that have got absolutely valuable content that you can apply and implement in your business? Ongoing upgrades and additions to templates and course information. So some of you who've done this course, like I know Joanne, who's on this call, finished it from A to Z. So I think, Joanne, if you had to do it again, you'd find it a very different course, because she did it 2 years ago. There have been probably over 50 changes just within that course material and a whole new module added. And what would you pay to practically have your own personal business coach by your side? Okay. Karen is saying 100,000. Well, I didn't mean it literally, but thanks, Karen. That sounds pretty cool. I mean, just think about it. I mean, it sounds priceless, actually. Couldn't have a price to it. Okay, so here's your fast action bonus. For those of you who aren't part of our community, if you register before the 1st of February, so before next week, Wednesday, you get 50% saving off your monthly membership fees, which means that you will only pay $99 a month. You can pause your membership at any time. If you are going away, if you have fallen ill, you can pause it and you can reinstate it to get it going again. Okay, so you would normally pay $200. That is our fees currently. And if you register before the 1st of February, you will qualify for 50% saving. And that's only for people that are on this call. Okay. So everybody, I'm going to take you to the first slide. I would like to know from all of you, of these 10 points, Which one, or 5, or all 10, has made the biggest impact in your life today? Which one do you feel, oh my word, I have to do this today, or I'm onto this? Okay, you can say all 10. Let me hear number 0.3, 4, and 5. I would like to hear which ones do you have to get on at speed of implementation. Okay, Bridget says KPI meetings. Right, Nungo says B2B collabs. Love that. Lanil, more regular KPI meetings. Claire, all 10. Okay, nice. Dominique, 1, 7 purpose plans, 9 B2B collabs, and 10 make time to learn and grow. Okay. Marianne, I'm in. Where do I register? Okay. Joanne, all 10 refresh the brain. Danae, 3 and 4. KPI and Google reviews. Good. Good. Kim, 2, plan for abundance. 3, KPI no matter what. Kim, you and I are going to have a chat about these KPI meetings, because you know how I nagged about the Google reviews. Guess what my new nag is going to be? 7, staff purpose plans, and 9, B2B collabs, right? Lorato, Google reviews and align with the trends. Yeah, a lot of you not said 8, hey, interesting enough. Danae, KPI collabs, Google reviews. Kimmy, but all. Okay. All right, everyone, that's good. I hope that your brains are like this, firing on 500 cylinders, because that's the whole idea. I also hope that you are all going to join us for aligning your business with the trends. That's very important, everyone. So I'm just going to tell you what the trends are globally and locally, and then give you tips on how to align your business, because you might look at a trend and say, well, I've got no idea how to align my business to that trend. So I'm going to give you some tips on that. Okay. Dominique, did I not promise you to energize you at the beginning of the session? Have I achieved my promise? She says, thank you. I needed this. I'm so happy. Yes, you did. Thank you. Awesome. It's a pleasure, Claire. So everybody, let's get your checkout words for today before we say goodbye. And I also want to tell you all quickly, because we haven't announced it, but I'm going to give you the date now. Give me a sec. I just want to get to my planner. There's a major surprise. Not a surprise. You're going to hear about it soon, but I want you to book it now. Who of you here have heard Brian Parsley speak before? Brian Parsley. Who of you remember Brian Parsley? Joanne's ready to amplify. Love it. Love it. Love it. Good. Danae, she's ready for this year. Good. Who of you have heard? Okay, Joanne's heard Brian. Good. Lanil, you must know him. Anybody else heard him? Ooh la la. Okay, you're all in for a major surprise. So Brian is also going to get us on course, right? Begged him to please talk to us early on in the year. He's going to come and chat to us on the 15th of February. He's going to give us, again, that mindset adjustment, that put your plans into action, get us back onto that road. Not that we were ever off it, but he's really going to move and shake things up for us. Okay, so that's 15th of Feb. And that's it, everybody. Give me your checkout word, and I cannot wait to see you all soon. And thank you for joining our call today. Pleasure, Marianne, and I'm seeing you tomorrow morning. Am I right? 10 o'clock, eh? Lauren's in. Great. Okay, Nungo says grateful. Marianne's confirming 10 o'clock. Goody, goody. Okay, Lanil, don't forget to let me know when you want to redeem your prize with me, okay? Bridget says inspired. I'm so happy, Bridget. Great. Danae says motivated. Isabella's motivated with a capital letters. Kalia, so nice to have you here. Great. I'm glad you're inspired. Lanil, yes, I spar. See you soon. Everybody, we are going to get to see Lanil this year. Yes. because we're going to the USA to meet her there for the Ice Bar Conference. And you're all invited to join us, by the way. Claire says, amplified. Dominique feeling positive. I'm so happy, Dominique. Great. And Joyce is motivated. Okay, everybody. So wherever you are in the world, enjoy your day. Go and make magic. If you're going into the evening, go and recharge and re-energize those batteries. And we will chat soon. Ciao. I'm going to amplify, Laniel. I'm amped to amplify.